Cameron and I are here today. We're going to have to get this Onan generator out of this RV for a gentleman. He's going to take the generator to a Onan service center and get it repaired, and then we'll probably be putting it back in. So won't take you long for the removal of the generator. I don't know exactly what we're going to get into yet, but it looks tight. So I don't know, we'll get her out of there somehow. This generator is bigger than the hole we got to get it out of. So I don't know exactly what we're going to try and take this wall loose so we can move it over a little bit so we can get that generator out. I don't know, we're going to see. Alright, first thing I'm going to do is get the battery cable unhooked. We have to get the battery cable unhooked, we got to get the fuel line unhooked and the AC power unhooked, and then figure out how to get a 2-gallon generator out of a 1-gallon hole. I think next I'm going to unbolt the generator from underneath. There's like 4 bolts hold the generator in, and get those out, and then get the exhaust off where we can slide the generator around a little bit in the compartment. See if we can get to this other stuff, get it unhooked. Right, got the clamp loose on this exhaust. Now we're going to finish taking it loose, get it out of the way. I'm gonna have to have a 3/8 wrench, bud. Suppose we'll get a magnetic bowl or have some hardware to keep up with. Usually if you just get everything loosened up, twist this exhaust like this, it'll usually slide off. Not always. Depends on how crazy they got with that clamp. That's actually got it. Okay, got the exhaust off. Already got one of the bolts off that hold the generator in. There should have been 4. Apparently they only put 2 in when they built the coach. But it's not. It's not the big deal, really big deal. Not like that generator gonna fly out of there. You can get to the gas line right here. Oh, it's got two of them. That's right. Because this is a fuel injected. Oh, here's our fuel lines. Oh, since this is a fuel injected generator, we got two fuel lines. We got a fuel supply and fuel return is behind it there. So we got to get both fuel lines off there. Let's see if we can scoot that generator over a little bit. That will help us a lot. Oh yeah, make life a lot easier. Get the clamp off that fuel line. I know you can't see, but I can't hold the camera and work at the same time. Pardon me? Huh? I was talking to the camera. Oh, I'm sorry. That's all right. Hey camera, can you grab me a bigger screwdriver? Oh, I got one. You got one. Alright, since this does have two fuel lines, and they're probably both the same size and everything, we are going to plug these fuel lines. Hey camera?
Yeah.
Grab me a couple of 5/16 bolts like that.
Okay.
In that compartment right there. Yeah, I'm gonna plug these fuel lines because the gentleman's probably going to use the camper next weekend without the generator, so I don't want any fuel spill or anything. And I'm going to label these fuel lines so we get them back on the right place. All I'm going to do to plug them is just use the appropriate size bolt. This one here is going to be a 5/16 bolt. As long as it's got some collar on it, you just slide that bolt all the way in that fuel line and just tighten your clamp up out here on that, and it'll seal that fuel line awesome. You don't have to worry about it. He won't have to worry about it leaking or anything or spilling fuel while he's going down the road. I'm gonna label these supply and return, so that when we go to put it back after it gets it repaired, we'll know which fuel line goes where. We won't have to guess. Always easier to label stuff than it is to try and figure out where it came from later. That's one fuel line. Get the clamp loose on the other one. Slide that clamp back out of the way a little bit. Just slide it up the fuel line. Sometimes it's easier said than done. line off. Slide our bolt up in there. Gotta loosen that clamp a little bit more. Slide that bolt up in there, pull the clamp back down. Snug her up. We don't have to worry about leaks. Okay. We're going to label that one too, just in case something might happen to one of our labels. We're going to mark this one return, because that's how they're labeled up there on the bottom of the generator where you can't see. Now that we got the generator moved enough, I can get to that screw right there. That's going to let this it's going to let this wall move a little bit. That'll allow us hopefully get this generator in and out of this hole. So gotta get some tools reach down in there. Got that screw out of that wall. Got that wall moved a little bit. That's probably all we're going to need. Need to get the remote unhooked. The battery cable's already unhooked on the other end. I'm just going to leave it here. We got the fuel lines unhooked. They're already loose. And the next big thing is the power. I'm just going to unhook it out of that box right there and leave the pigtail hooked to the generator. So we're going to get started on that. The remote plugs in right here. Let me see if I can do it with one hand. Get it unhooked. Let's see here. Honestly, don't know what that is. That's not the remote, but it's something. This is the remote. Yeah, hold it again. So get it unhooked too. Work it through the hole. The remote and whatever this wire is just go up into the coach, so that's why we have to get them undone. Plastic grommet goes through that wall. Had to get it loose. Everything is siliconed over on this back side, which we will re-silicone. Pull the battery cable out. Get it out of the way. Oh. Then I'm going to go in here and get the power undone. These screws here on this box cover, you only have to loosen them. You don't have to take them completely out. The cover just comes off. Like that. All these wires in here should be dead. We're going to unhook the wires going to the generator. Leave everything else for when we get the generator back. We'll just put some electrical tape on that probably. Hard to find the end of that tape a lot of times. If you will just very, very carefully split that down to that nut, and you can twist the wire nut off a lot of times, and then get the rest of that tape off after you get the wire nut out here where you can see what you're doing. I don't know what y'all can see, if anything. It's a very dark hole. I can't see any better than you guys do. Alright, got all the wires unhooked. Now we got to take this nut out of the box. It's just the nut inside that box, which you cannot see, holds the fitting in the box. Just unscrew that nut, and this fitting starts coming out of the box. Probably have to straighten the wires out a little bit. Forgotten the ground wire. Got to get the ground wire too. Same deal. I'm just going to split that tape down to the nut, down to the wire nut. Yeah, there we go. And there's that nut that we got off the fitting. I'm just going to slip it right back up on the fitting so I don't lose it. Alright, got all the wires unhooked. get this through that plastic grommet down in there where you can't see again. Okay, it's free. Pull the fuel line, the remote, that other wire, all through there. We're ready to start working this generator on the hole. We're gonna put a floor jack underneath of it and raise it up because it's got to come up probably about 5 inches or so. And then we should be able to spin it around and it should come right out. Should come right out.
Should.
Famous last words. Alright, we're gonna do some reset here. This is pretty high off the ground. I'm gonna let the landing gear down. We can go get maybe 6 inches lower. Will help a lot, I believe. Alright, I think it'll help us. We got a floor jack, but it just doesn't go really very high. Slide that jack back in here. Alright, tighten the handle up to right and just start jacking it up.
You might want to move it over to my right.
Just because it's lifting so crooked?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's
Let it down some. Okay. Tighten back up.
Yeah, I think that
Better. More centered.
I think so. Yeah, it looks better. It's a little crooked that way, but it's better.
It's hard. Can't be perfect. Okay, stop. Alright, let's see if we got any more. Going up some more. Alright, we're out of jack. I think we're there though. Alright, see if you can just twist that generator on around sometime. Okay, let's do that some more. Okay, just see if we can do that one more time. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. As soon as possible, start trying to lift up as much as you can. Get the hand around back. Right there the jack. Got 1 foot. Where's both foot? Okay. I said watch this yard. I don't know where in that process my battery died, but it did. But we got the generator in the back of the customer's pickup, and he can now take it to the Onan repair facility. And I didn't tackle this job just because this is a fuel injected generator. I have no books for it. I'd have to buy books, and to be honest with you, at this stage in my life, in the this part, you know, I've been in this business this long. I'm just not gonna buy books for stuff that I don't really like working on anyway. So just not gonna go to the expense. So that's okay. We got it out there and done it safely. Me and Cameron are not bleeding, so the generator's intact, the RV's intact. It's a good day. So that's that. That's removing your Onan generator out of your fifth wheel camper. And again, just thanks for watching. You know, please subscribe, give me a comment, give me a thumbs up. And thank you very much. We are going to go to the next one.